welcome to Flying Wheels and flipping $400 into a Ferrari. Today's video, jam-packed. All kinds of information, all kinds of stuff that's going on here. Today's theme, balance. It's all about balance, which I sometimes have and I sometimes don't have. I love passing on my knowledge, any information that I know. I love forwarding it over to you guys, and I appreciate that you guys watch it and that you comment down below and you tell me what you think is going on in my life and what's going on in your life. I read them all. It's awesome. I love this job. I love reaching out to you guys, and I love that you watch it, so thank you so much. Flipping $400 into a Ferrari. If you're new to this channel, I started with $400. I bought a car, fixed a car, sold a car until we were at $83,000. Now in today's video, I'm also going to show you why I'm not buying a Ferrari anytime soon for one very, very specific reason. We bought some really, really cool cars. I'm going to show you a bunch of things that's going on, including that Lincoln Town car, our flipping $400 into a Ferrari car, and our other flipping $400 into a Ferrari car. Today's a really fun video, jam-packed with information. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels. Let's get going. So hey, once again, welcome to flipping $400 into a Ferrari. My name is Craig from Flying Wheels, where I own a small car dealership in New Hampshire. And today's video is all about balance. I'm having trouble trying to find balance. I've said it a million times. If you ever wanted to own your own car dealership or start your own business or just life in general, you need to be able to find balance. It's a juggling act. I'm constantly juggling things, trying to keep things afloat. Starting with this car right here, I want to show you. Last week I went to the auction and I tried to see what we could buy for $1,000. This is it right here. This is our 2010 Lincoln Town car Cartier. Now it came out pretty nice. This car has a 4.6 liter V8, which is the same as the Ford Mustang, which is really, really awesome. I'm still unsure as to what I'm gonna do with this car because it came out beautiful. Do I just resell it for a profit, or do I do something really cool with it? I mean, we can make this thing like a monster truck, jack it up, put big giant tires on it. We could drop it, put some Mustang wheels and an exhaust on it. I don't know. Or even better, it's Christmas time and I'd love to pay it forward to somebody, do something nice. Should I just donate it? How do I find somebody that I can donate it to without being taken advantage of? I mean, if I post on the town Facebook page, everybody's gonna want a free car. How do I find somebody that really, really deserves it? Because that's something I'd like to do too. Let's check out this Lincoln Town car because it came out amazing. Now, when I bought it at auction last week, it was covered in coffee stains. It was gross and it didn't start. All it took was a new battery and the thing fires right up now. I did want to tear this thing apart, but look at how nice this car came out. The leather is amazing. I mean, I kind of want to keep it for myself. It is so comfortable and luxurious and just like, I feel like an old man driving around in this thing. It came out awesome. Look at the dash. Look at how the center console came out. I owe Jessie, if you haven't met Jessie yet, she is our new office manager and also our detailer. So she details our cars for us and she sells cars and she does financing and she keeps me organized, which is partially what I wanted to talk about with balance. Now with this Lincoln, no lights on, 173,000 miles. I am pumped about this car. We got a sunroof in it. I don't know what to do with this thing. I mean, sell it, make some money. We could probably sell it for like $4,500. So we're talking a $3,000 profit on this car. If I donate it, I'm literally giving away $4,500, which is, you know, that makes it tough. I mean, I don't have money to just give away like that, but I would like to do a nice gesture. We own it for about $1,500. I don't know what to do with this. Let's move on. Okay, so I had mentioned today's video is about balance. That is the theme. I'm constantly juggling things, keeping balls up in the air, and if I'm not juggling the balls, then they're falling, and then I'm failing, and then things just aren't afloat, which is actually pretty stressful to try to keep everything afloat. Now, if you saw last week, I made a video on government surplus auctions where I bought this thing right here. This is a 2007 Polaris Sportsman 500. I bought it at a government auction. I paid $1,600 for it. I scored this thing. I started it. I drove it onto my trailer, and it hasn't run since. Why hasn't it run since? Well, I'll show you. This is an ECU. It smells like a fried ECU. I have to replace the ECU on that quad, which is really frustrating because why do they need fuel injection in a four-wheeler? Just make it carbureted, make it serviceable, make it easy. But instead, I'm buying a freaking ECU for a toy because somehow it got fried and then I have to have it reprogrammed, which is just so silly that everything tries to get better, technology tries to get better, and it really just makes it more difficult. Like my wife's Escalade, if you haven't seen that video yet, if that hasn't come out, she hates the Escalade because because they just try to do too many cool things to make it fancy, and it's really more frustrating than anything. So this is my second project that I'm balancing in the air. I luckily have a really great crew that helps me work on things that helps keep the balance, because you just can't do everything by yourself. So while the Lincoln was getting detailed and was getting serviced and ready for inspection and ready for sale, this thing has just been sitting, and this ball has officially dropped. It's just gonna sit here for a while. Unfortunately, Christmas is coming, and this would have been a score to sell to somebody. But again, I have too many balls to juggle, and I gotta keep moving on. Let's move in to our Ferrari flip video. This, not a Ferrari flip video, but this is a BMW 650i that I actually haven't released this video yet, I don't think. I bought this with a reconstructed title, and this was a project. Now, I could buy one car at a time, but I've had this car for like 2 months, so you're not making any money if you're doing one thing at a time. And that's why I'm saying juggling. I have to keep these projects going all the time. Sneak preview, that is my Ferrari flip car. This also my Ferrari flip car. But just to discuss, like, this BMW, I don't have the time to just buy it and just work on it completely and then sell it, because I had to wait for parts. So you can buy it, you can fix it, you can clean it, and then you're gonna be kind of at a stalemate till other things show up. So I'm juggling this one while I juggle on this one. This is my Audi S4. This is our Ferrari flip car, which I haven't released yet. Now, I was at a dealer auction and I wanted to buy a 600 horsepower AMG S63. Instead, I ended up buying this $1,200 Audi S4, which has some problems. Like the top not working and that check engine light flashing at me. This is another project that we're constantly like, I can't just work on this car and sell it because you won't make any money. I have to juggle this one, balance this thing in between my other ones. That is gonna be a huge money maker, and it's gonna be an easier, quicker sell than that one or that one. So now this car has to take priority over this car, and I can squeeze this one in between time. Now this Nissan 350Z ties up a heck of a lot more money than the Audi S4, so it also becomes a priority. So when I'm talking about balance, I have to make sure that car isn't just sitting and not getting worked on and just tying up money, but I also have to make sure the priority cars are getting fixed, are getting cleaned, are getting sold. With that in mind, I'm gonna take you outside and I wanna show you what I mean. Record scratch. Guess what is not right here where I was just standing? A BMW 650. Why? Because I have 7 Gs in my hand, because people just showed up when I was literally about to walk outside to explain how it's about balance, and someone looked at the car and bought it. And now I'm late and I gotta go pick up my son, which is a common theme in my life. I'm late for everything because of lack of balance. Again, the theme of today's video. I'm trying to get everything together and do everything all at once. Only so many things one person can do, which is why you need help. You can't do everything yourself. No made man is made on their own. Everybody needs assistance. Something cool about this Ferrari flip car, I forgot about these. The power seat is right here, like the Infiniti G35s. It's awesome. Oh no, we got a dead battery. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Dang it. And look at that, just like true car dealer fashion, my gas light is on, which is a perfect segue into your next side hustle. Everybody loves getting a little extra cash, right? What about a little bit of cash back on things you're already buying? You go to the gas station, you save 7 to 10 cents per gallon and get $5 cash back. You go to a restaurant, you save 6% cash back through PayPal or gift cards. What are you talking about, Craig? Well, today's video is sponsored by the Upside app, which I've already done videos for because I use them myself, and I've saved tons of money in cash back on things that I already buy. Now, the Upside app is free to download on the Google Play Store and iOS. You link your credit card to it, and then you select and check in at whatever gas station you're going to. You can figure out where you're going and what's near you that offers cash back rewards and percentages off of your fuel purchases or your food purchases. It's insanely simple. You're already going to buy that thing. Go save yourself some money. That is what I'm talking about when I said, oh, your next side hustle, your next side flip. I spend thousands and tens of thousands of dollars in fuel and food. Use the cash back rewards on your Upside app. Get it all back to you in percentages. Now, even better than just getting it for free, now when you download it, if you use my promo code WHEELS, you actually get $5 cash back on your first $10 purchase. Appreciate the support from you guys watching these videos. I appreciate the support from our sponsors like Upside. I'm going to get food for my family and I'm going to get fuel. I'm going to use Upside app twice. Thank you, Upside. Let's get on with the video. Wow, this car is really awesome. Now, when I bought this car in our $1,000 auction car video, I didn't really show you the whole car because the theme wasn't about this car and the Ferrari Flip Series. It just turned out to be a car that we bought for our Ferrari Flip Series. Very GTR looking. I've never realized that, like a stub-nose GTR. Anyway, dead flat black wheels. Like somebody painted these things. That is not plastic. If somebody painted them and they just went dead flat. It does have an aftermarket ground effect bumper. What do you call that? Ground effects? I'm not sure. I don't know. It looks like a factory bumper with a spoiler at the bottom. Headlights are cloudy, which we will clean up in this video. Tires have great tread. Pearl paint is awesome all around. It does have an aftermarket exhaust. Doesn't say a name on it though, unfortunately. I love this wing and it's perfectly color matched to this pearl white. Somebody tinted the lenses on the taillights. I'm not a giant fan of that, but I'm not gonna remove it. They also painted all the emblems black. Now going to the inside, we have a suede interior, or Alcantara, whatever you call that. Factory floor mats. It is winter. Let's turn our heated seats on. Carbon fiber looking shift knob. Factory regular headliner. We don't have Alcantara headliner. No rear seats. I think I'd rather G37 than this because I have kids. I kind of need the rear seats. We have Bluetooth, but what I noticed in this car is it's not Bluetooth, like you can't play your radio. I can't play my phone through it. It's Bluetooth just for phone calling. So 2009 didn't have, I guess, the tech where you can play your phone and your music from your phone through your radio. You need to have an aux cord in order to do so. Now the interior has already been detailed, so the exterior is tomorrow. We're gonna polish this whole thing up. We're gonna polish the headlights, make those nice and clean, and then we're gonna do the wheels and list this thing for sale. Now, one of my favorite things about this car is the rev match downshifting. So when I'm downshifting, it actually revs the engine to match the RPM so I can downshift the car like so. Now that was not me, that was the car doing it automatically. The other thing I like, which I had mentioned earlier, is that it actually tells you what gear you're in, even though it's a standard transmission, which I think is kind of a neat feature. Craig, what are you talking about? Yes, all automatics tell you what gear it's in normally, like it'll tell you D or drive, or if you put it over into manual, it will tell you what gear you're in as automatic manual modes. I don't actually see that in an actual manual transmission typically, which is really neat. I like how they put the gauges up top. Now, from what I'm being told, this is like a $17,000 car, which is amazing. That is huge profits, and it's still a fair price. Like if I sell this thing for 15 grand, I think somebody is getting a score. Now, I have somebody in North Carolina that is interested in one of these cars, and he called me and said, shout out to Brogan, he called and said, Craig, I'm looking at a 370Z in North Carolina. Is this worth it? I can't find them cheaper than this one. The one he was looking at was 17 grand, and it wasn't near as nice as this car was. Said, Brogan, I actually bought one today in pearl white with the options you're looking at, but stock instead of like modified. I don't like to buy other people's modified cars. I can sell it to you for way less than 17. He'll get a score on this car, which is awesome, and I'll still make money that I get to put towards our Ferrari flip series, which is just tremendous. Both parties winning. That is really, really cool. All right, we gotta go grab my son because, like always, I am late to picking him up. So that's the next step. He gets to drive in our Nissan Z. So it's the next day. For everybody wondering, yes, I did make it to pick up my son on time, but today's the day that we're gonna bring this thing back to life. I mean, it's already clean, but we're gonna restore these headlights. Take a look at what this headlight looks like, all nice and cloudy and fogged up. Well, we've already started on this one. Actually, not me, Rasul. So the first thing we're gonna do is wet sand it with like an 800 grit sandpaper. We actually have them on a drill bit, so we're gonna use it like this, save a little bit of time. But if you don't have this stuff, you can hand sand it with 800 grit on the headlight until it becomes like white. Originally, you're gonna get some yellow cloudiness that starts to run down the car. After the yellow cloudiness, it turns white, and then it eventually just starts to turn clear, and then you can change your grits from 800 to 1000 to 1500. Then we're gonna use a rubbing compound and then a polish. So this is after 800 grit. This is before, and then you can see the wax gets everywhere. Actually, probably like the residue from the headlight splashing everywhere, right? So maybe cover this stuff up so it doesn't get everywhere, but that's the mess you can anticipate. You can see the car is just generally dirty. Up here we have some scratches and swirl marks, which we're gonna polish out as well. And then I really don't like these tinted taillights, but we are gonna leave them this way. And we're gonna do the wheels today as well. Jessie, if you haven't met Jessie yet, she's our office manager and our detailer. She has already done the inside. Love the suede interior with leather combination. Hey, actually, I have a question. For anybody that knows, how on earth do you open the trunk? I cannot figure it out for the life of me. I cannot find a trunk button anywhere in this car. Now, sometimes they're right here, sometimes they're there, sometimes they're here. There is no trunk button. The only way we can open this car, like there isn't even a trunk button on the key. It's really, really weird. The only way we can open this trunk is right here with this trunk button. And I have to two-hand it. Let me see if I can two-hand it. Really just a strange thing. You can't open the trunk from inside the car. It's really, really weird. But you can see how clean the interior came out already, thanks to Jesse. And then Rasul will take care of the outside, photograph it today, put it up for sale, and we get to figure out like what we're gonna list it for, do some market research, and essentially figure out how much money we're gonna make off this car. So what are you doing there? What grit is that one?
It's 1000.
1000 grit? And why are you doing it by hand?
I couldn't find the 1000 here.
Oh,
actually.
okay. All right.
This has a lot of edges. You see, I made a mark here.
Yeah.
I don't want to use drill now.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
This side.
Can I give you a tip? You mind? All right, here, hang on to this. All right, so this is a sanding block. It makes it easy for flat surfaces, but this, like you just said, is a really round curved surface. So you're actually better using the contour of your hand than a sanding block, because you can get it. So now I can actually do circles and follow the contour of the headlight by using my hand. So I'm getting the whole headlight here versus using that sanding block, you're only getting flat spots. So I would do it like that. And as you can see, it's starting to be clear running off the headlight, which is awesome. Let me know when you do this headlight. I want to show everybody how yellow that is when you first do it. Wow, look at that headlight. It looks brand new. You have really mastered your craft. Unbelievable. That is really, really cool. Okay, take a look at these wheels. This is the before of these wheels. This one, and then we have the passenger side, front right here, all chipped up. That is some thick paint. Wow, weird. And then we're gonna go to this side as well. Yeah, these wheels are all banged up and gross. First thing I'm gonna do is sand them down so all those spots that were flaking, I'm gonna sand them down flat, then I'm gonna etch them with some wheel acid and then dry them off, rinse them off, and then we're gonna prep and paint them. Where are you at right now?
Now I will use compound and polish.
Okay, so wet sanding's done. Now you're in the compounds.
Yeah.
So that is before a rubbing compound. Here are the wheels grinded down, and you can see how there were a lot of curbing, a lot of dents in here. So I grinded them down as smooth as I can. Now I'm gonna sand the whole wheel, or scuff the whole wheel, tape it, prime it, paint it. And this is just off of a rubbing compound. Rasul, those headlights look incredible. Wow. And then the wheels are all scuffed up, sanded down where they need to be sanded. I actually sanded all the wheels because somebody didn't do a very good job prepping them. So this is prepped now. We're gonna wash them, dry them, remove them from the vehicle. I normally try to paint the wheels on the cars, like tape off the lug nuts and everything. In this case, we're gonna paint the wheels correctly. So we prep them correctly, we scuff them correctly. We're gonna get the car out for a wash. We're gonna wash the car and the wheels. We're gonna pull it in, put it on the lift, take the wheels off, and then we can detail, recon the outside of the car while I'm painting the wheels. The whole engine and under the hood is covered in degreaser and it's just soaking. So pay attention to what that looks like right now. And then I also use the degreaser on everything on the outside of the car, iron out everything, because this thing is just kind of, even though it looks cool, it looks good, it's pretty stained. The paint's pretty stained, the roof's pretty stained. I want to get a fresh start. We're gonna clean everything up so we can really use some nice polishes, products on it after. My favorite part is rinsing it down. Wheels off, wheels prepped, primed. Kind of like them, maybe I should paint them silver, but we'll go black. Now we're gonna paint the calipers, and Rasul's over there waxing the car. Wheels painted. Now that is wet, that's why they look glossy. This is dry, that is a satin finish, which I'm really happy we went with. While we're at it, Rasul cleaning the calipers. So a little bit of brake clean and a rag, and those calipers should come up pretty nice. While the wheels are drying, this is the finished product of a nice coat of wax. Headlights polished, calipers cleaned, body looks impeccable. Look at that, caliper looks awesome. I'm high from all that paint, but at least the wheels look good. I should have worn a mask, I know better than that. Don't tell OSHA. Car looks awesome, guys. Next morning, wheels are done. Look at how nice those look. I love the sheen to them. They're not glossy, but they're not dead flat like they were. Satin is absolutely the way to go with these. One is on already. I hope that Smashing Pumpkins song isn't copywritten on this video. Look at how good those look. Oh, nice. Something to think about when you're mounting wheels and tires on a car. These, number one, are staggered. So staggered meaning it's wider in the rear than in the front. The other thing you need to think about is, are they directional? So a lot of times tires will have an arrow on them if they're directional. So like the arrow will point this way, that way you know it's on the passenger side, facing out, going this direction. So that's just something to consider. These are not directional tires. A lot of time it's for like rain and snow, so it directs the rain in certain directions. Those are not directional, so they can be rotated from side to side. She is complete, and check out these wheels with center caps. Those came out amazing. Calipers look great. Lug nuts and center caps look great, and the wheels came out awesome in that finish. I am so pumped about this car. And here is the inside, all detailed and cleaned up. Oh man, I am so pumped about this car. Oh, didn't notice that. I'm gonna touch that up right there. That's ugly. And then it's a little worn over on that side too. And that's more like it. At least it's black now. And we'll go to this side. I have leather and vinyl paint that I'll touch things up with. So we masked this off, and I just touched the seat up so all those cracks and wrinkles are a little bit more presentable. Now that the Z is done, this upset a lot of people in my last Nissan 350Z video, but these burnout marks are starting to fade. I gotta put this car to the test one time and see if it's any different than that 350Z. Let's see how it does some circles. I should have done this probably before I detailed the car, because now the wheels are clean, the car is clean. But let's see what this little VDC button does when I hold that right there. VDC off. Let's have a little bit of fun. Ooh, I know some of you guys hate when I do that. But hey, that's what these cars are meant for. You're supposed to have fun with them. They're toys. And to be honest with you, I'd rather a break on me than with somebody that buys this car. Now I know it's reliable, it's fun, it's clean, it's been inspected, it's been serviced. This car is ready for someone else to enjoy as much as I just did. I do have to say though, I was expecting more out of it. I felt that even though the VDC was off, there was still some traction control limiting it from kicking around more than my 350Z did in my old videos. All right, I'm gonna stop real quick. I wanna do a quick walk around of this car, show you the entire finished product, and then we're gonna figure out what we're gonna list this thing for sale for. So here's our car. Total turnaround time was about a week, but actually 4 days from like start to finish with us working on it. Now the theme of this video I had mentioned is all about balance. I could have done this in a day, but I had to wait for the wheels to dry. I had other projects going on. So you have to figure out, number one, order of importance. What is the most important? Getting paid. So like selling the BMW, we sold 2 other cars in between time. Getting paid helps us pay the bills. That's why you're in business, right? Number one is make the money. Then you can balance everything off of that. So number one is selling cars to people that want to buy cars, collecting the cash so we can pay our bills. We paid our bill. That's our second priority. Number 3 is rolling off of each other, juggling or bouncing off of each other. So this one was in the works while we were working on 2 other cars as well, the Audi S4 and a couple other vehicles. So everything's kind of a juggling act, which you can't do by yourself. I had started to say it before that no self-made man is made by himself. Every self-made man has a group, a crew of reliable, trustworthy people behind him that help support him, whether it's a father and a mother, a sister, a brother, a best friend, a partner, a wife, a husband, or even just your crew working alongside you. That is how your business becomes successful. That is how your endeavors become successful. I can't balance anything if I'm all alone. I have to be able to rely and trust and be able to support, have other people support me so we can have these things happen. If you've watched, it wasn't just me working on this car. It was a whole crew of people. I had my mechanic Dave do the inspection, do the services. I had Rasul do the headlight and the polishing. I had him take the wheels off so I could paint the wheels. I can't grow my business if I'm staying by myself. You need a solid support group to keep everything moving forward and growing up. And that is the theme of this video. So this car came out amazing. In the meantime, I also made a video about my wife's Escalade that she absolutely despised. I also made a video about that BMW that's done. I also made a video on that S4. So we get a lot of things done all at once. Now, how do we do this all at once? Task lists. Oh, we missed a little bit of wax right here. Look at that, some wax. Task lists. I make to-do lists, and that's how I get everything done in order. I can cross them off. I have severe ADD where I forget things or I move on or I get distracted really, really easily. I could be painting this wheel, but as soon as I see something else, I go work on that project because that gets on the top of my mind. So if I have a to-do list, I can check every day throughout the day, this is what needs to get done, this is what needs to get done in an order of operations, in priority, and then I can cross them off as they're done, which also gives you a feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment because you're checking things off your list. And tomorrow I can update my task list. This car now gets listed for sale. I love this car. These wheels look incredible. This exhaust looks incredible. And the paint shines beautifully. Now, I paid just under 10 grand for this car last week. I was told this car, like, they're non-existent for under $17,000. It just turned 100,000 miles. I think I'm gonna list it for $16,995. I don't know if that's high. I don't know if that's not high. I don't know if that's priced right. I'm really not sure. I mean, it's winter. Winter's coming. So it might just be stale, like we just talked about in the BMW. I don't know. So I think I'm gonna list it on my website, $15,995. YouTube. Anybody wants a YouTube? 15 G's. It's yours. That's a great, healthy profit for us. And apparently that's a great deal on this car. I would love to hear what you guys say about this project. Was it fun? Was it not fun? Was it entertaining? Was it interesting? Was it educational? Or was I just all over the place because I had a lot going on this week? Look at how nice those calipers came out with those wheels. That's awesome. Now, for our Ferrari flip, I had $83,000, which is unreal. I told you in the beginning of this video, I'm gonna tell you why I'm not buying a Ferrari, is because prices are plummeting. Number one, I already have a Corvette and a Nissan Skyline and a bunch of other cars that I'm storing, a Dodge Viper that is just storing for the next 6 months because winter's coming. I don't need to store a Ferrari. Number two, Ferrari prices are plummeting. I mean, they are dropping off of a cliff because all through COVID, people were just buying these things because they all had expendable money. Now they don't. Now everybody's tightened up their budget. No one's buying those things. Prices are coming down, which is amazing. Now, I had $83,000. I spent, let's just say, round figures, $10,000 on this car with all expenses. That puts me at $73,000. I paid $2,500 for the Audi. That puts me at $70,500. So I have $70,500, a Nissan 370Z, and an Audi S4, which is so cool to say that, and $70,500. That's amazing. So I can still go buy something amazing for this winter. Like, I don't know what I should get, but it's got to be winter approved. Like maybe a Range Rover, maybe. How much is a Urus? No, Uruses are big money. I don't know, but I want to start buying some fun stuff. Shout out what I should be looking for. Got to be all-wheel drive, got to be winter friendly like my Bentley was last year. Thanks for watching. I know there was a lot of ranting in this video. I'm trying to spill out all my information, all my knowledge for you guys. I hope you appreciate it. If you do, a thumbs up is appreciated back. A bell down below will give you notifications when we make our next video. You can find this car on our website, www.flyingwheels.com, and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Thanks for watching. Adios.